Test your business idea before writing a business plan, before the requests for funding, before the product development stage, etc., etc. Introduction. Breaking free of traditional business models. Noah Kagan starts Million Dollar Weekend by challenging conventional wisdom. Entrepreneurs are often caught up in the lengthy processes of business plans, product development, and attracting investors. This traditional path can consume immense time and resources, while the risk of failure remains alarmingly high. Kagan's approach offers an alternative. Instead of investing heavily upfront, Million Dollar Weekend centers around a rapid validation method. It seeks to prove business viability within 48 hours by directly pre-selling a product or service. 1. Fear of starting. When uncertainty becomes a cage. The haunting vision of failure. It's not just the idea of a failed project. It's the devastation it might bring. The possibility of wasted time, squandered resources, and the specter of financial ruin hangs heavy. For some, the potential for public humiliation, the "what will they think" factor, becomes a suffocating weight. The maze of infinite choices. Entrepreneurship presents a daunting landscape of possibilities. What business model? What market niche? What's the right first step? This lack of a clear path can trigger a sense of helplessness, pushing some into a state of perpetual planning instead of taking action. The perfectionist's trap. The demand for a flawless execution becomes a convenient excuse. The irony is that the desire for perfection often stems from the fear of judgment. It's easier to endlessly tweak a behind-the-scenes plan than launch and risk being criticized. 2. Fear of asking. Rejection's cruel sting. The sales gauntlet. Putting yourself and your product on the front lines is emotionally harrowing. The prospect of direct promotion, the risk of being turned down repeatedly, this strikes a deeply primal chord of social anxiety for many. Images of being seen as a nuisance or worse, desperate, can fuel a reluctance to engage. Defending the self. It's easy to take rejection as a personal indictment, not just a dismissal of your idea. The fear of your work being met with harsh comments or disinterest becomes a barrier. Ironically, this keeps you from getting the very feedback that could make your product desirable. The curse of unseen opportunities. Avoidance becomes a vicious cycle. Lack of real-world customer interactions starves you of market insights. You fail to discover what people truly need, what their pain points are. This fear ensures that your product is being built in a vacuum, increasing its chances of missing the mark. Kagan's antidote. Confronting fears to build strength. Failure as your sensei. Kagan doesn't promise to erase fear, but he changes the relationship with it. Failure isn't a catastrophe, it's a curriculum. Each setback, every no, contains the seeds of improvement for the next endeavor. Movement is the medicine. Action doesn't need to be grand to be effective. Small steps break the grip of uncertainty and build momentum. The act of doing something combats the paralysis of fear. Humbling yourself before the market. There's no substitute for real customer interaction. Only by getting out there do you demolish your assumptions and uncover true market needs. This vulnerability is crucial for building something people will actually pay for. Key takeaway. Fear never fully retreats. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in the face of it. The Million Dollar Weekend philosophy is about training your resilience muscle. With each step, each interaction, you build the fortitude and learn the lessons that pave the way for entrepreneurial success. Please like, subscribe, and share with others if you are getting any value from this. Lesson 2. The myth of the perfect plan versus the power of doing. Imagine two aspiring entrepreneurs. Planner Paula. Paula is obsessed with creating the ultimate business plan. She spends months on market research, competitor analysis, and meticulously crafting financial projections. Every detail must be perfect before she'll even consider building a prototype. Action Annie. Annie has a rough idea of a product that could solve a problem she faces. With a burning, let's see if this works attitude, she creates a basic website, puts together a quick sales pitch, and starts reaching out to potential customers. The pitfalls of planning paralysis. While a degree of planning is necessary, getting trapped in a never-ending, perfecting phase leads to stagnation. Paula might miss out on a changing market landscape or fail to account for real-world customer feedback. By the time she launches, her product might be outdated or irrelevant. The power of imperfect action. Annie, though her website is rudimentary and her pitch a bit rough, is gaining something far more valuable: feedback. She learns what resonates with customers, what features confuse them, and where the real value lies. Each interaction helps her product evolve to better match the market's needs. Freelance writers. Overcoming the blank page. The perfectionist's trap. Many writers get stuck trying to find the perfect niche or obsessing over a flawless portfolio website. The fear is that initial work won't be good enough to attract high-paying clients. Now, not how in action. Start by identifying a few potential areas of interest. Craft a basic pitch highlighting any transferable skills, even if they aren't directly about your ideal niche. Reach out to blogs, small businesses, and individuals that might need content help. Early clients might be less demanding, providing a low-pressure environment to hone your craft. You'll get paid to practice, building confidence and your portfolio simultaneously. Feedback on real-world projects will guide you towards your true niche far faster than endless self-analysis. Tech startups. Building for users, not for ego. The feature creep conundrum. It's tempting to try and build a product with every bell and whistle to impress potential investors or outdo the competition. This often leads to bloated software that is delayed, buggy, and fails to excel at its core purpose. Now, not how in action. Ruthlessly prioritize the must-have features that solve the core user problem. Get a minimum viable version into the hands of real users as quickly as possible. Their feedback might surprise you. An initially overlooked, simple function could become the true selling point. The benefits of iteration. This approach saves time and money, preventing development efforts from being wasted on features nobody actually wants. User input makes updates genuinely useful and builds loyalty, establishing a strong foundation for eventual scaling. Letting the market guide creation. The inventory dilemma. Fearing that nobody will buy your designs, you might create a huge stock of various items to offer plenty of initial choice. This ties up resources and could risk producing things that customers don't truly want. Now, not how in action. Focus on a small selection of well-crafted items that represent your unique style. Launch your store with even this limited offering, highlighting the potential for customization. The benefits of early engagement. Customer interest, or lack thereof, in specific items will guide your production instead of guesswork. You may discover an unexpected hit product you can focus on, or feedback will prompt modifications to increase desirability. Key takeaway: it's not just doing, it's smart doing. The now, not how mindset isn't about reckless action. It's about strategic action, taking focused steps that generate the most valuable kind of knowledge, real-world experience, and customer input. This continuous improvement model accelerates progress compared to endlessly planning in isolation. Lesson 3. Entrepreneurial liberty. It's more than money. While everyone needs a baseline of financial stability, Kagan emphasizes that your freedom number embodies so much more. It represents a ticket to autonomy. Whether it's working remotely, setting your hours, or choosing projects that fire your passion, that monthly goal means you're in control. Imagine firing your boss or waking up without the dread of a commute. This fuels you when the path gets hard. Personal fulfillment. Perhaps your number is tied to funding a cause close to your heart, having the time to volunteer, or finally pursuing a creative project. It acts as a powerful motivator when it's about more than just paying the bills. Staying motivated is key. Security and peace of mind. Maybe your freedom number represents freedom from debt, an end to paycheck living, or the ability to build an emergency fund. This peace of mind is essential for an entrepreneur to take calculated risks. Specificity, the antidote to drift. Make a lot of money is fuel for a daydream, not a business plan. Here's how a concrete number changes everything. Accountability. Instead of vaguely hoping you'll earn enough, your freedom number holds you accountable. Did you generate the $5,000 this month? If not, it drives you to analyze why and course correct, preventing complacency. Realistic expectations. You might realize your initial business idea won't get you to your target income. This is valuable information early on, encouraging you to pivot or adjust your offerings to stay on course. Targeted growth. With a clear number, you can calculate exactly how many customers, sales, or product launches you need to reach that goal. Instead of blind effort, you have a measurable metric of success. The art of saying no. Protecting your most valuable asset. As an entrepreneur, your time is your most precious resource. The freedom number helps protect it by forcing you to ask. Opportunity cost. Could the hours spent on that partnership meeting be better used acquiring customers that directly generate income? The answer becomes clearer with your target goal in mind. Detrimental distraction. Speaking gigs might boost your ego, but if they pull you away from building a scalable product aligned with your freedom number, they're a dangerous time sink. Saying yes strategically. Perhaps a side project has long-term potential, but not right now. Your freedom number forces you to consider when the right time will be to pursue these ventures. Key takeaway. Tailor your entrepreneurial journey. The freedom number isn't about setting limits, but about setting the right course. It allows you to build a company that serves your specific desires and goals, whether those are financial, lifestyle-based, or about making an impact on the world. Why start here? Taming the entrepreneurial beast. Overcoming the fear factor. Dreaming of a billion-dollar business can be paralyzing. Its sheer scale can make finding that first step feel impossible. The freedom number, by comparison, feels achievable and human scale, encouraging action over analysis. Bite-sized successes fuel motivation. It's easier to sustain momentum when you experience quick wins. Reaching your initial freedom number provides a powerful sense of accomplishment early on, propelling you to the next milestone. Psychological shift. Hitting that income target flips a switch in your mindset. Instead of just wanting to be successful, you've proven to yourself that you can create a real business. This confidence paves the way for continued growth. Building on a solid base. Stability equals freedom. Reaching your freedom number provides a vital financial safety net. This reduces the desperate hustle that leads to poor decision-making and gives you the clarity to build strategically. Smarter risks, sustainable growth. With a steady revenue stream, you can afford to test new marketing strategies, hire help, or refine your product without fear of immediate ruin. Every move is calculated towards growth, not just survival. Flexible adaptation. Your freedom number is a living metric. As your business evolves, you can reevaluate if your goal still reflects your ideal lifestyle, scaling up or down as needed. The focus stays on aligning your work with your personal fulfillment. Key takeaway. The freedom number as guide, not dictator. Your freedom number is a tool for empowerment and flexibility. Protection from the growth trap. Bigger isn't always better. The freedom number reminds you to question if chasing more revenue aligns with your values or risks, sacrificing the freedom you sought in the first place. Clarity amidst chaos. As opportunities arise, your freedom number helps you assess. Is this an exciting distraction or a genuine stepping stone towards the business that grants you the time, income, and impact you desire? Your true north. Amidst the noise and competing expert advice, your freedom number acts as a filter. It lets you personalize your entrepreneurial journey, keeping your actions aligned with the life you want to build, not just the company you want to own. Part 1. Start it. Finding your million-dollar idea. Lesson 4. How not to find winning business ideas. Kagan's sources of inspiration are all based on real-world pain points. Here's what happens when entrepreneurs ignore these in favor of less grounded approaches. Inventing problems that don't exist. The quirky gadget. It's easy to fall in love with a clever idea. But if nobody actually needs your self-heating butter knife or singing toilet brush, it's doomed to fail. You can't artificially create a market. Solution in search of a problem. You might have a cool tech skill, say, AI image generation. Building an entire business, then trying to figure out how it's useful is a recipe for a directionless, expensive venture. Ignoring the voice of the crowd. Social media deafness. If you aren't actively listening in online communities, you're missing a goldmine of problems begging to be solved. Instead, you end up guessing about what people might kind of find useful. Everyone is my customer syndrome. Just because you love artisanal, hand-carved avocado slicers doesn't mean there's a mass market. A business without a clearly identified, frustrated target audience will flounder. Reinventing the wheel, badly. Competing with giants. Trying to create a slightly better version of Gmail or Facebook is an uphill battle. Without solving a distinct pain point better than the established players, you're setting yourself up for failure. Neglecting market research. Thinking you can improve on existing products is great, but have you truly researched the competitive landscape? You might find your innovation is already done or discover untapped niches within a broader market. Forgetting what you're good at. Passionless pursuit. Starting a business in a hot niche just because it seems profitable, but you have zero interest in it, is a recipe for burnout. Your passion will be evident to customers. I guess I'll teach it. Being decent at something doesn't mean you're qualified to sell expertise. Success often lies in the subtle skills you take for granted, not just broad topics you know something about. Key takeaway. Building on solid ground, not thin air. The beauty of Kagan's inspiration sources is that they anchor your business in practicality from the start, solving real, not imagined, pain points. When the problem springs from your own life or you witness it firsthand, you gain deep insights. You understand the frustration intimately, making solutions more intuitive and likely to resonate with others. Finding your people. If you're already immersed in a community, be it frustrated dog owners or overworked freelance moms, you have a built-in potential customer base. You know their language, their struggles, and you've already earned some trust. Leveraging what you have. Building on your skills, knowledge, or even physical resources, like an unused workshop, saves time and money. It provides a natural starting point and increases your chances of creating something with genuine value. Why practicality wins. This approach sets you up for success in several crucial ways. Market validation made easy. You're not trying to convince people they need your thing. The need already exists. You're providing the answer they've been searching for. Your marketing becomes about demonstrating your solution, not creating desire from scratch. Authenticity as an advantage. Your passion or insider experience shines through. Customers sense if you genuinely get their problem, making your solution more compelling than a generic competitor's. Sustainable growth. Starting with your existing strengths allows for a quicker launch and potential for early profitability. This provides a solid foundation to reinvest, experiment, and scale your business strategically. Key takeaway. Kagan's approach is an antidote to wishful thinking. Many aspiring entrepreneurs get caught up in dreaming up cool businesses without considering the realities of the market. Kagan's method forces you to confront practical questions early. Is this solving a problem I understand? Does a paying audience exist? Can I create something truly valuable leveraging what I already know? This honest assessment may redirect your initial idea, but ultimately, it saves you time, wasted resources, and heartache by setting you on a path with a far higher chance of true success. Lesson 5. Do your homework to avoid disaster. Many entrepreneurs fall in love with their idea and rush to build a product, only to face crickets when it launches. Kagan's validation checklist forces you to confront potential flaws before investing heavily. The clarity test. Can you pass the "so what" problem versus vague idea? The difference between failure and success often lies in specificity. Helping stressed people tells you nothing. What kind of stress? Caused by what? Who experiences this acutely? Providing quick, actionable meditations for busy professionals narrows down your audience and implies a specific pain point: lack of time. Solution versus cool feature. It's easy to love the bells and whistles you envision. But does this directly solve the core problem better than anything else out there? A feature-packed meditation app might be overwhelming for the time-crunched professional. Simpler is often better if it gets the desired result. Proof beyond your enthusiasm. Don't listen to your own echo chamber. Search volume versus assumption. Your friends may have been polite about your idea, but are enough people actually seeking solutions? Tools showing low search volume around your problem hint at a tiny potential market, limiting your growth. Lurking for validation. Spending time in places your potential audience hangs out reveals the language they use. This becomes your marketing language, not just the terms you'd use. Frustrations with current solutions. Are these gaps your product fills? Putting your money where your market is. Pre-sales speak louder than words. The power of pre-sale. Pre-sales aren't a guarantee of success, but they are the most honest form of feedback. It weeds out the casual, "that's nice" crowd from those truly desperate enough for a solution that they'll pay in advance. Early feedback is gold. Even a slow pre-sale can be a win. Why are people hesitating? Their objections help you improve your pitch, pricing, or perhaps the product itself. Is 1 million even possible? It's not just about having a market. Niche versus mass market. A successful business can be niche, but be realistic about your target audience size. Rare plant lovers might spend big, but is there a large enough group to reach your goal without saturating the market? Avoiding the penny product trap. If your solution can only be priced at $5, you would need to sell 200,000 units to reach $1 million. Is that volume feasible with your chosen niche or problem? Key takeaway. Clarity plus validation equals solid foundation. This checklist saves you from building a beautiful product that nobody needs or desperately wants. It forces you to understand the market intimately, ensuring your effort and money are directed towards a solution with true profitability potential. Key takeaway. Validation is the entrepreneur's reality check. Building a business is risky. Kagan's checklist forces you to answer the hard questions. Does a substantial market exist? Will they pay for my solution? Am I building something with the potential to scale? This might feel like it slows you down, but in reality, it's saving you from wasting time, money, and heartbreak on an idea destined to fail. Validation ensures your efforts are focused on a market-ready solution, drastically increasing your chances of success. Part 2. Build it. Creating your minimum viable product, MVP. Lesson 6. Imperfection as a launchpad. The pursuit of a flawless product is a common entrepreneurial pitfall. Here's why this mindset can be your downfall. The paralysis of perfection. The fear of your offering being less than perfect can cause you to endlessly tweak and tinker, delaying launch indefinitely. In the time spent polishing a minor feature, the market could shift or a competitor beats you to it. The illusion of control. When you build in isolation, you create based on assumptions, not real feedback. A beautiful product that misses the mark on solving the core problem is useless. Wasted resources. Time, money, and mental energy are precious in the early stages of a business. Kagan advocates for channeling them into getting something out there to learn from, not obsessing over details that may not matter to your customers. Why an MVP is your competitive edge. Speed as a weapon. In the entrepreneurial world, speed often beats perfection. Getting even a basic version into customers' hands quickly provides a major advantage. Core value validation. Before investing heavily in bells and whistles, you must be sure people will pay for the fundamental solution you offer. If they don't, the fanciest product is still doomed. Customer-driven evolution, your MVP, gives customers a tangible product to react to. Their feedback determines what is truly valuable, preventing wasted development on features they don't even want. The MVP in action, expanded examples. The concierge MVP. This hands-on approach shows customer willingness to pay and reveals the nuances of the problem better than any survey could. It provides invaluable insights before building the automated solution. The smoke and mirrors MVP. You might discover huge demand or crickets. It prevents building expensive tech for a product nobody actually wants. This early gauge also helps with seeking potential investor funding. The Frankenstein MVP. If existing tools can approximate your solution, even in a messy way, it accelerates testing without investing in custom coding. It proves or disproves the market need first. Key takeaway. Letting go is how you grow. By embracing the good enough mindset, Kagan's methods focus on learning, not guessing. The marketplace reveals far more accurate trends, language, and needs than any amount of internal planning. Responding, not dictating. Your MVP is a starting point in conversation with your customers. Their feedback determines the ideal final product, making it a surefire success. Agility is queen. If the market changes, or your idea needs a major pivot, having a minimal product lets you adjust with greater speed and less wasted resources. The MVP approach is about embracing the fact that your business and product will evolve and improve over time. It's about focusing, learning, and building with the real power player, your customer. Lesson 7. Don't build a product nobody wants. The traditional model of lengthy development followed by a big launch is risky. Kagan flips this, making pre-selling the foundation. The blind leap versus calculated step. Traditional model. You spend months working, hoping your product will be a hit. There's a huge risk of misreading the market or misjudging what people value. Pre-sell model. You prove there's a hunger for your solution before creating it. This minimizes wasted time and money, turning your customers into collaborators. Traditional model. You guess what features are best, then release it fully formed. Customer feedback, if incorporated, is reactive. Pre-sell model. Early buyers provide invaluable input about what they want, shaping the product. This breeds loyalty as they feel invested in the solution. Pre-selling in the real world. Examples. The crowd-funded product. Campaigns on platforms like Kickstarter aren't just about funding. They prove early demand for your idea. Insights from backer comments and the most popular reward tiers can even influence your final product. The early access software. Releasing a basic, buggy version at a discount lets passionate users test your software. Their feedback improves it, and you have a built-in pool of vocal fans when the full version is ready. The sold-out workshop. Instead of creating an entire online course, pre-sell a live workshop. It tests if your knowledge is in demand and provides real-time interaction for pinpointing what your audience truly finds valuable. Why pre-selling is an advantage, not just a test. Funding growth. Cash is the lifeblood of a new business. Bootstrapping your dreams. Pre-sale revenue allows you to start turning a profit from day one. You can invest directly into product creation, outsourcing essential tasks, or launching early advertising campaigns. Building on your own terms. With less reliance on outside funding, you retain control of your vision. You avoid compromising your product to meet investor demands or ceding equity you might later value dearly. Investor advantage. Even if you eventually pursue funding, pre-sale success is a potent negotiating tool. Investors are far more likely to back a proven idea with early traction, allowing you to secure more favorable terms. Motivational fuel. It's not just the money, it's the belief. Overcoming the inner imposter. Every entrepreneur faces self-doubt. Seeing customers put their trust and money in your incomplete idea is incredibly validating. It silences the internal critic and affirms you're on the right path. Accountability that drives you. Knowing real people eagerly await your product creates a positive kind of pressure. It fuels late nights and focused work sessions, replacing procrastination with a compelling sense of purpose. Passion-powered progress. Your motivation becomes tied to the people you're solving a problem for. You want to surpass their expectations and deliver something genuinely transformative for them, leading to even better results. Targeted marketing. Your most valuable market research. The heart of your audience. Those willing to invest during the pre-sale are often your most ideal clients. They feel the pain your solution addresses acutely. Understanding their backgrounds, struggles, and the words they use informs your entire marketing strategy. Pitch perfect. Analyzing what hooked those early buyers helps you craft messaging that speaks directly to your target market. This sets you up for greater success with wider advertising efforts and content creation. The gift of data. Did a certain social media platform or the wording in a particular email drive the most pre-sales? This data is more valuable than generic best practices as it's specific to your audience and your solution. Key takeaway. Pre-selling builds a launchpad, not just a product. Kagan's philosophy isn't just about validating your idea. It positions you for explosive, sustainable success with these pre-sale fueled advantages. Financial strength. Cash flow empowers smart reinvestment for growth, reduces desperation moves, and makes you a desirable investment. Entrepreneurial resolve. The belief your early supporters inspire carries you through the inevitable challenges and fuels your commitment to excellence. Laser-focused marketing. Pre-selling arms you with real-world buyer data, saving wasted ad spend and ensuring your messaging cuts through the noise. Financial runway. Having funds from pre-sales gives you the breathing room to make smart decisions, not just desperate ones that hinder long-term growth. Psychological strength. Knowing your efforts are aligned with a paying market gives you the determination to persevere through the inevitable entrepreneurial challenges. Laser-focused strategy. Pre-selling turns your first customers into a data-rich resource, ensuring your future marketing, product development, and customer support are perfectly targeted. Kagan's pre-selling approach isn't about building the product first and hoping someone will buy it. It's about co-creating the solution with your customer base from day one, greatly increasing your chances of success upon launch. Like and subscribe if you found any value in this audio summary.